How's it going, everyone? Today we have got a
Subaru Forester. This is not the STI, but this is the one you want to get if you live in the UK.
So yeah, let's get into it. So what are the specs of this Forester?
Well, this is a 2007 model. It has a 2.5 litre boxer engine, of course, 5-speed manual, and it is also all-wheel drive.
I mean, that boxer engine does have a good note to it whenever you have your foot down, but I mean, you don't have to.
Ooh, she has got a wee pull to it.
Good pull, actually. I was surprised with that. I mean, 227 horsepower. That's more than enough for a daily as well.
Yeah. If you are an avid watcher of this channel, you would have realised we've actually already got a Forester on the channel, but that one was an STI. So what's the differences between this and the STI?
Well, cosmetic-wise, the STI obviously has a little more sport-like appearance. Obviously different bumpers, stuff like that, tyres, alloys. It also has Recaro bucket seats. These are lovely leather seats, which is fantastic. You also have a lot less power in this because the STI is obviously the more powerful version, but the STI was never meant for the UK, so it was never made here, and you have to bring one in from Japan or wherever else they made them and exported them to.
And does the STI come with different suspension?
It does, yeah. STI also has more stiff suspension for obviously more spirited driving.
How have you found the handling? I remember in the STI Forester we were in, he said that the handling was quite light. How do you find it?
This one isn't as light. It is a little heavier, I must say that. So I think the STI does have a little bit more, sportiness. So it's a bit lighter, so you can go around corners a bit quicker. But it is definitely relatively heavy. It's more of a pickup kind of heaviness, or like a large SUV.
Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't say it's light.
Why would someone want to buy a Subaru Forester?
Well, it's one of those cars. This is obviously a 2007 car where cars were a lot smaller and a lot more spacious, in my opinion. So with us here, you've got yourself a SUV crossover almost, and you get a lot more space than you'd actually think you would, but in quite a small car actually. I mean, if you compare this to, let's say my car, for example, Model 3 Performance, it's probably actually smaller.
Yeah.
And my car is a small car, but you have a lot more space in one of these here. Now, the STI is obviously going to be a similar size car, but you will get a lot more performance, and you'll get the extra bits like the bucket seats we already mentioned. But seeing the average day-to-day, you probably want something that's going to have comfortable leather seats, something with heated seats like this does.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of the creature comforts with a lot of the almost uniqueness of being such a small car, but having so much space inside.
Do you think this is a good car to consider?
I think 110%, provided it's something you're looking for.
Yes. That's the main thing.
Something where you want something that's going to be a bit larger. It's not going to be crazy big. Fuel consumption is not going to be the biggest issue in the world. Neither is car tax. You have the option to tow something. Maybe have a caravan or trailer. You got a family or friends that need some space. I mean, being 6 foot, and I mean, I'm a big enough individual, and so is Connor. I mean, we're very, very comfortably put in this cabin. It's unique. Probably not going to go really well in repairs because obviously uniqueness is a problem there. Yeah. But I mean, it's also a Subaru. It should be relatively reliable. I know a lot of people say that the boxer engines and Subarus aren't. It's like anything, if you look after it, you give it a bit of care, service when you should service it, and just be, nice to it. It'll be reliable and it'll last you a long, long time.
So if you want to find more information about the STI model of the Forester, there will be a link in the description if you want to watch that.
Now, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Most of our viewers, about 99% of our viewers, aren't actually subscribed to our channel, so it would go a huge, huge way if you would. We really appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the video.
This is probably one of the perfect cars for the UK roads. It's nice and narrow, loads of space. It's pretty good on the UK bumpy roads.
It's not hard to park.
It's not hard to park when we have rain or snow or, bad conditions.
We have all-wheel drive.
You have all-wheel drive. You have the mighty sunroof.
Yes.
Which on a grim day like this lets all the sunlight in. Well, the light in. So you don't feel too dark in here.
You have the heated seats.
You have heated seats. You have good air conditioning. You've got satnav.
Good heating, yeah.
You do. Good visibility.
Yeah. There's a lot of things right with this.
Oh, they did a fantastic job with this.
What would this be like as a daily?
That's one of those things where if you love the car, it's going to be the best daily you've ever had. but it's probably not going to be the smartest daily in the world. For the reason this is a 2.5 litre petrol engine, so it's not going to ever be as fuel efficient as, you know, a Prius or Renault Clio or something like that there. But you get all the comforts.
Yes.
And, you know, it depends on what you want in the daily. One other thing that is really sad about this car, not the car's fault by any means, it's the UK government. It's the road tax on this is £710 a year.
That's a lot.
Which is honestly crazy high. I don't see why it should be that high at all. I mean, I have cars that are much bigger engine, much smaller, or much lower tax.
See, if it was pre-2005, it'd be a lot less than that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, if it wasn't for the tax, I would say this is a really, really good daily.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Probably not going to be the most fuel efficient thing in the world. You don't have a 6th gear, so it depends what you're doing. If you're driving around town, you're not going too far, you can put 20 quid in and probably last you a month, or you know, if you're doing 300 miles a day, it's one of those things where it's going to be a, what do you need, what do you want? But I would say it'd be a fantastic daily as a car, but maybe the costs of running it would be more of a negative to it.
I can see this being used as maybe a good, I don't know, farmer vehicle.
Oh yeah, this is the kind of car where if you have a farm or something, you know, you could definitely take it off road, go check the sheep. You know, this would actually be a good car for. Is a vet.
Yes.
A vet, a farm vet, right? Hear me out.
Yeah.
You've got navigation, so you can find out exactly where they are. You put in the GPS coordinates, it'll take you to the field. You have obviously this nice and spacious interior, so there's that. You can go off-road, you have ground clearance, you have a huge boot, you have space for any individuals that might want to come with you, loads of visibility.
Yeah. I don't see why not. So what's the history on this car?
Well, this car was previously owned by a farmer, as far as I've been led to believe. The current owner has only bought it a few weeks previously. As far as I'm aware, we don't really know too much about it, but obviously you can see that the car has had a life. It's obviously been driven and used and enjoyed. There's one or two bits that need looked at, like, you know, missing cover here or there. Nothing serious, nothing crazy. And the new owner was telling us that that's some things they'd like to look at, you know, like the missing headlight washer cover, and, you know, making sure everything starts working properly, and a little bit of a scratch or, you know, tear somewhere in the interior. So just shows whoever had this car has loved it and actually used it for its purpose of being probably an off-road vehicle, putting the dog in the back, you know, just living with it as if it's part of their life and not babying it. Like, I mean, they could have, but just shows that these cars are super great cars.
I like the hood scoop, that's cool.
The hood scoop,
That's nice.
What's that for cornering?
These should be about 200.
That's good, wow. Corners are quite flat.
Yeah, no, that's cool quite nicely. I think these are around 227 horsepower, or at least from factory. Yep. So I mean, it should be pretty quick as well. I mean, I've not taken anything over 2.5 so far, and I'm actually really content just driving around like this.
How rare would this car be?
They'd be pretty rare. You wouldn't see them very often, or very common. Like the other one we had on the channel a few weeks ago, whenever you're driving down the road, people do turn and see, oh, what's that? You know, they've not really seen too many of these. And I think that makes it so great is, you know, it's rare, you can have a good bit of fun in it, you can put the whole family in it, you can have the dog in the back, you know, you can go off-road in it, it's got a great engine, great sound and noise, manual gearbox of course. There's a lot to love, and the fact that it's even rarer than, you know, your average Golf or your average car on the road makes it even more awesome to drive.
And you know, the heavy clutch, it's actually quite nice, you know. Gives you a lot of confidence. You know exactly where your biting point is, you know exactly where it is, and yes, you might get tired if you're driving this through traffic, but see if you're driving down a country road or, you know, driving around town like that, it's not even a problem at all.
So what are the quirks of this car?
Well, being from 2007, it actually has a satnav in it, which is touchscreen as well. You have heated seats in the front. You also have the hood scoop similar to the STI, as well as having a sunroof. Another quirk of this car is actually the cruise control. It is weirdly mounted on the steering wheel at like down weird angle, but it's really cool. I've never seen one. It's almost similar to like the Renault Clio we filmed a few weeks ago, where it has it mounted to the steering stalk, but not actually to the steering wheel, which is quite interesting. Possibly one of the final and coolest quirks in my opinion is the frameless doors. You have no frames around the door windows, and it's almost almost like a Stagia or something. It's an exotic feature to have on a crossover kind of SUV type from 2007.
Yeah.
Very, very unique and very cool.
Really good bit of torque.
Wow, that is really impressive.
Very, very good. Very quick, actually.
For not being the STI model.
No, it's 227 horsepower. It's 227 horsepower. It's actually, if you think about it, this might even be quicker than the BMW 330 we filmed last week.
Ooh, yeah. Now it's time to rate the car. So, for Future Classic, we've given it a 5. For Daily, we've given it a 7.5. For Wallet Hurt, we've given it a 4. And for Fun, we've given it a 6. So the total is 22.5 out of 40, which is 56.25%. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow our vlog and podcast channel, link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.